Hey folks, Carrie and Ken on Out and About Wainwright.
Hope you enjoy this 3-minute blast.
Hey folks, Carrie here with another 3-minute blast, and I have the pleasure of sitting now with Will Challenger, looking for re-election in this upcoming election on October 18th. So thanks for joining us, Will. I'm going to start this 3-minute blast timer. Maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself. This is re-election for you. So what brought you to want to run for town council, and why are you running for re-election? And let's just start with that.
Well, thank you, Carrie. First of all, as Carrie said, my name's Will Challenger. I've lived in Wainwright since the age of 10. Family roots go back a long ways here. My grandparents settled in the area when they were children, both in the Edgerton and the Wainwright area. So like I say, the roots go back a long ways. I'm proud to call Wainwright home. My wife is from the Chauvin area. I've raised my children in Wainwright, attended Wainwright High School. It was quite a while since I've been there, but like I say, the roots run deep. I have been in the community service ever since, well, like I say, it runs deep. I joined the Wainwright Elks Club and I was involved while I was still attending high school, served all the way through the organization. And I believe you have to give back to the community that you live in. Worked my way up through there, got involved in the provincial association, went right up to the national level, served national committees chairman for this great country itself too. So like I say, it was great. When I got through doing those type of things, I kept wanting to serve our community. So I decided it was time to keep serving. And at that time, back in 2011, that is when I put my name forward. I guess it was actually 2010. I put my name forward to initially serve on council. And at that time, I decided that it was time to put my name forward, more so because I wanted to see an election on council. Myself, I figured the town was in very good hands at that time. And there was apathy as to people running. I believe at that time for the 6 seats, there was only 8 people running. So myself, I did not see any huge issues because the town was in very good hands at that time. And there was some people that seen there was change and fresh blood was needed on there. And the citizens put me on council, which to me, it was a great honor. So I have had the privilege to serve our great citizens for 3 terms. And it has been a wonderful experience. It has been a truly growing experience, and I have enjoyed every minute of it. Not that it has been totally without its headaches, which there has definitely been a few on there because it is a challenge sometimes, and it is a huge time commitment. Yeah. It is not just 2 meetings a month, which some people can think it is, because there's a lot of committees you serve on, and there's huge time commitment to it. So
yeah, that makes perfect sense. Will, what do you see as that you're hearing for challenges, concerns from the people in Wainwright?
Well, right now there is definitely the crime issue. There's a lot of the petty theft issue, a lot of the little crime that like you say, the crime. There's traffic congestion up on Highway 14 that we're seeing really bad. Highway 20 or Highway 14 in the 27th Street intersection, the 23rd Street intersection in by Denwood Motors and the co-op. Those are high on the priority list for us to work with right now. First Avenue is a really bad street in town, and unfortunately that goes right by one of our premier facilities, the PMM, which of course that is second to none facility in this area. And a lot of communities are very envious of that facility. And unfortunately, you have to come down First Avenue. The problem with First Avenue, and I know a lot of citizens have brought that up over the years, and I have brought that up to our council table many times, but the underground infrastructure that needs to be redone, as that infrastructure under there is 60 plus years old. So we've been looking for grant money to try and reduce some of that, because it's a multi-million-dollar project, which we have started to look into. But like you say, First Avenue is high on the priority list. So like you say, there is work to be done at 27th, the 27th Avenue or Street interchange, Highway 14. But coming with that is we are looking into the industrial area to try and maybe extend 23rd Avenue out to Highway 41 as well to try and relieve some of that congestion.
Right.
So traffic congestion, crime is high on the priority list. Trying to build real resiliency. FCS, we are working very hard with FCS with the mental health. This pandemic has devastated this community. It's put a real divide in the community. Unfortunately, it's one of these things where, you know, this community has been a great place to live in. It's been a great place to do business in. It's been a very friendly community, but unfortunately, there's been a real divide with this pandemic, and we're working hard with FCS to try and build a resiliency with the mental health, and we're working really hard to build programming to work with the RCMP to get into the schools, to try and develop something with the youth, to maybe work with developing programming to help with the drugs and alcohol, which will hopefully in turn help with the crime rate to bring all those down without having to spend the money, because unfortunately it costs money to put more boots on the ground, and it's a very hard thing because we only have so much money to play with the taxpayers' money, because unfortunately the more we spend in one department, we have to cut it out of another department.
Right.
So
Which makes those grants that much more important, hey?
It does, and unfortunately, our grant money has been cut from the provincial government due to cutbacks. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, and being on council 3 terms, I didn't realize it was 3 terms. That's awesome. And thank you for doing that, by the way, because I mean, I'm not on council, not involved politically that way. So we appreciate that. And, you know, be in service as much as you are, we appreciate that as well. So let's touch on a couple of personal things. The Will Challenger outside the political, without the political hat on. Go-to meal. What's your favorite sort of a meal, Will, that you would love to have?
Well, there's a few of them. If anyone's seen my physique, they know that usually I don't turn much down for food, but well, it's not that. It's kind of down here. My go-to meal would probably be, I'd probably go down to the local butcher shop and go get probably about 1.5 inch ribeye steak, wander down to one of my favorite facilities down at the Clear Lake and throw it on the barbecue, and with a big shrimp dinner, and sit down at the cabin and have a nice prime ribeye steak, you know, sitting by the bonfire, and probably a big steak and shrimp supper down at the cabin.
Love it. I may join you for that, Will.
And, you can bring over the guitar, you and your brother, and, you know, it's not like we haven't heard you, and, you know, you can sit on the raft.
You're right.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you're right. What about dream vacation? What would you, money's no object, time's no object. Where would you go? What would you do?
Well, dream vacation, we probably do that every summer when we're down at the cabin anyhow. But dream vacation, you know, I would probably pack up the family, and we live in a fabulous country that I would love to see. I've had the privilege of living down east for a couple of years when I was just a little gaffer. Yeah. But you know what? I would absolutely love to tour North America. One thing I'd like to do is I'd like to hit every CFL facility and watch a CFL game in every facility. I would love to hit every NASCAR facility and watch a race in every NASCAR place. And I'd love to hit a whole bunch of ski hills. But other than that, it would be to tour North America, primarily Canada. But like I say, it would be to tour Canada with the family.
Great choice.
That would be my dream vacation.
Oh, good for you. And that's a great dream, actually.
Yeah.
I hope you get to do it someday. Well, thanks so much, Will, for doing this. Best of luck in the upcoming election. That's October 18th, folks, Monday, October 18th. So get out and vote. We got 13 candidates for 6 positions. Will is one of them looking for re-election. So get out there and help out. Best of luck, Will.
Thank you very much, Terry.
You're very welcome. We'll see you on the next 3-minute blast. Have a great day, folks.